Hello everyone, we're Little Dungeons and we're going to explain you how to play our game Cleaning Heroes. In this game, you are a cleaning company that is competing with another companies, and you are working for these goblins that are the managers of another company that is with some drops in the cells, and it's due to the dirt that is appearing in other buildings. So if you're a hero, you will clean all these buildings and you are going to attract new clients and you are going to retain the old ones that are thinking now that this business is a scam. So in this game, the best player will be hired for the company and will immediately be rewarded with some of the gold coins and the gemstones most valuable in the company. So that is the loot, and that is what we are thinking that we are trying to get for cleaning all these buildings. So in the game you will have two main components that are the translator for the dice and the game sheet of the game, where you are seeing a buildings area that is composed by four buildings that are the ones that going to get dirty all the time and you have to clean. But these buildings at first time are not built yet. So you are seeing these plans of buildings, but they are not constructed yet. So as you can see here, the faces, the dice translator is a reference for all the phases in the game. So the first phase is the build phase, where you will build the buildings, because this company is not only for cleaning stuff, they are composed by the ones that are going to build these buildings too. So the process is anytime that you build a new floor, this building has three floors, has up to three floors. You are going to assign someone to be cleaning these floors, and then you are proceeding with build and clean. So the first phase is to build, the second phase is to dirt the buildings, and in the third phase is do an action, that is where we can clean or we can do another action that I'm going to explain you in a moment. So this game has some cards that sometimes are good or sometimes are bad for the players. So we will have 18 cards here. We will have some tokens. The cloud tokens are like a sabotage for the game, where you can put a cloud over a building and then immediately this building is not allowed to be cleaned. So these clouds will be putting as rain over the buildings, and the rain is a void that we can clean. So the other thing that we will have is each player will have the game sheet, a pen, two dice are needed for the game, and each player will have a ladder. This ladder token is required to do a clean on a building. So anytime that we are going to clean, we need to move this ladder to the building that we are going to clean, but the condition is that this ladder only can be moved one time in the game. So I'm going to explain you how to you can play. I'm going to change this game sheet for the one that I have in black and white. So we have a low ink version for the game too. So what I'm going to do is the game is composed by 14 rounds. So when we get to the 14th round, and the player that has the higher points at that round will be the winner. So we are going to move between these phases, and what I'm going to show you is how it's a play. It's the gameplay for one player. Okay, so I'm going to explain you the multiplayer game. So the first thing that we are going to do in a round is we are going to cross out the round, the current round that we are going to start. So if each player cross out the round number. So we are in the one, we can put the name that we want for our goblin hero name. I'm going to put a little player. So, okay, I'm going to explain you this in a moment. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are now in the build phase. It's my turn. Now I'm going to roll the 2 dice. For the build phase, we need 2 dice, and the sum of the 2 dice, in this case 6 plus 4, so I have a 10, and then we are going to see that 10 in what range we are. So with 10 I am in the second range, that is from 9 to 11, so I can build 2 floors, and build means draw, just means draw. So what I'm going to do is we have 4 buildings. This part is for a 5th floor that are in a card. So I'll explain you that in a moment. So as I mentioned, these buildings are not built yet. So I'm going to start to build. So I can draw 2 floors. It's needed that I draw those 2 floors. So what I'm going to choose is I'm going to construct the first floor. So I'm going to try to draw the first floor, okay, and then I can build the second floor for this one because it's in consecutive floors, or I can put another first floor, and I'm going to put a first floor here. So I drew my 2 floors. Now the second phase is once I build, now I'm going to roll just 1 die, and with this die I'm going to dare the buildings. So the first thing that I'm going to get is a 4, so I'm going to place this die in the face of the die, and I get a D. So that means these letters are the identifiers for the building, so I get a D. I got a D. So it means I have to dare some floor on D, but I didn't draw a floor on D, so I'm saved. For the moment, I'm saved. I don't have to dare a floor, so we're good. Now for the third action, I'm going to choose A or B, and A is to clean, but we don't have any dirt in our building, so we're good. We don't need to clean. The other actions are possibles are, as I mentioned before, we have some clouds that can avoid us to clean, but we don't have any clouds, so we don't need to stop a rain. We're good. We can draw a card. As I show you, they're good cards and bad cards. I'm going to shuffle these because I didn't shuffle them at the beginning. So I'm going to shuffle these, and we can have a card that is good or bad. Let's see how it's our lucky. The other actions that we can have are attack actions. And the attack actions is like sabotage actions. That is what is pretty good in the game, because if you are familiarized with the games like Munchkin or another games where you are sabotaging your opponents, this is the game for you. For example, here we can invoke a rain. That means we can put a cloud token in another game sheet of another player. We can dirty a floor. We can immediately put that a floor is dirty. I'm going to show you how to dirty a floor in a moment. And or we can do a duel, challenge to a duel to an opponent to get the ladder. The ladder, as I mentioned, is required to a cleaning. So if you get a ladder from your opponent, that means that player won't be able to clean, and you have 2 ladders, so that means that you can clean twice instead of 1. And actually the cleaning is rolling a die, and sometimes we can have 0 times, That means we cannot clean, or one time to clean or two times to clean. But if you have two ladders, you will roll two dice instead of one die. So these are the attack actions. For the moment, I'm not, because we are doing a showing for the how to play it, and we don't have any opponent here. I'm going to just draw a card. Okay, so I'm going to draw this card. Okay, I have the green space. So this card, as you are seeing, has red color. So this is a bad card, and this is saying but the good thing is that it's a bad card for my opponent. So as you can see here, this is subtracting a building of the game sheet. So basically, when we have this card, what we are doing is we have another token that is like the small card of this one, and we can put a green space. That means a zone surrounded by trees, and we can cover some of the buildings of our opponents, and then this space immediately don't have any building. That means that opponent won't have 4 buildings to clean, just 3, and that means minus points. Okay, so that are, as I mentioned, it is pure sabotage. So be careful with that, or you will not be having some friends at the end of this game. So what I'm going to do now is, let's say that we have the second round. So we are going to cross out the second round. As I mentioned, the sabotage actions, the attack actions, have some counters, so are limited by a counter. So you cannot choose these actions all the time. Invoke a rain, you can invoke a rain 4 times. 𝗲𝗲𝗄, you can 𝗲𝗲𝗄 of another player 3 times, and challenge to a duel to get a ladder is just 1 time. So think when to really do those actions, because depends on your strategy, you can have better points. So I'm going to start round 2. So I'm going to build phase. I'm going to roll the 2 dice. I get a 5, is the sum of both. So with 5, I can draw 1 floor, just 1 floor. So I'm going to say that I'm going to draw the second floor here. And actually, this is my strategy, because if I draw a second floor, I don't have 2 buildings. So if I get in their phase, if I get an A, or D, or an E, that is the other building, the extra building that we can have from a card, I don't have any of those buildings, so I will be safe for the dirt. So that's good. So for the second phase, the dirt phase, I'm going to roll die. Yeah, and we get a 5. So the 5 is what I was mentioning. In the game, there's a card that is the extra building. So the extra building, you can put it on the left of the game sheet, and as you can see, is a total drone building, and we have the same. Well, I'm going to explain you these icons. Each building has some their indicators that are where you are going to feel the dirt that is being get in the dirt phase. So just to fill these indicators, you will have a dirty floor, and at the right side of the dirt indicator, you will have a checkbox that is for the cleaning. So you can clean the dirt at the left, just checking that checkbox, and that's the cleaning that you can do on that building. So at this point, if we get this card, we can have another building, and this means you can have more buildings, you can clean more. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, but for the moment it's good because you already have a drone floor. You will skip the drone part, and if you get, for example, if I get the 5 and I get a dirty floor, in the next phase I can do the clean, and then I'm going to start to get points, so that's good, and that's what means the E building in the third phase. But for the moment, I don't have that card, so. What is happening is that I'm going to skip the phase, and there's no problem at all because I don't need to dare the buildings that I already have in this moment, that are the B and the C building floors on these two. So in the third phase I'm going to take another. I'm going to draw another card. So let's draw this one. Okay, under a carpet. Okay, so this is bad. This is like this goblin is hiding some dirt under a carpet. So this is going to subtract me 5 points at the end of the game. So as you can see, there are cards that are good, that are bad. So this is what I get for the second round. So if I'm going to start with the third one, so I'm going to roll the dice, and again, the sum of these two dice are 6, and I can draw one floor. So I'm going to draw the second floor of the C building. Okay, and now I'm going to roll the die for the dirt, and I get D. Okay, so I'm safe again. So if I'm safe again, I'm going to draw a card again. Remember that I am just drawing cards because I don't have any opponent, so I'm not doing the attack actions. But if I have another opponent, I will immediately do an attack. So, okay, so I get the extra building. I can place this card here at the left, and now I have this building too. I'm going to start with the 4 round, and then I'm going to roll the dice. I get a 10. That means I need to build two floors. So I'm going to complete the C building, and I'm going to start with another building. So I start with the A, and then I'm going to the 𝗲𝗲𝗏, and the 𝗲𝗲𝗏, I get a 6. Okay, when I get a 6, it's a wild card, but it's a mandatory wild card. It's not something that you can choose. In this case, I must select one of the buildings that I already have at least one drawn floor. So that means I can choose 1, 2, and 3. There are A, B, or C. I cannot choose the D because I don't have any floor on it, and because I have the card. If I don't have this card, I cannot choose the E because I don't have it. But because I have it, I can choose the E too. So let's do this. I'm going to choose the E. I'm going to replace the 6 for the E. So that means I need to dirty some of the floor of this building. So I'm going to dirty the second floor. Oh, excuse me. I was doing on the cleaning part. Okay, it's just to feel the dirt indicator, the one that is at the left. I'm sorry. I started to feel the cleaning checkbox. Okay, so I have now one there on the second floor of the E building, on the building E. So the next action, I don't want to I don't want to draw a card. I'm going to clean in this building because I already have dirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose clean, and to choose clean means to roll a die again. Okay, so this is what is getting better, because if I get a 1, I cannot clean this dirty in the building E. So I'm going to, okay, and I got the 6. That is a good luck, because the 1 you don't have any time to clean, but the 6 is 2 times to clean, and I just need 1 cleaning. So I'm going to clean that floor that is dirty. And that's all. And I don't need the other cleaning, but sorry, in this multiplayer game, you cannot store those extra cleanings. In the solo game, you can do it, but we are in the multiplayer, so we are going to lose that extra cleaning. But I'm good because I don't have any dirt again. So I'm going to start with the 5 and last round for this video. So I'm going to roll the dice again. I get an 11. That is the limit of this range, and is again to draw 2 floors. So I'm going to draw here at A, excuse me, and I'm going to draw the 3rd floor in B. Okay, so in the dirt phase, I'm going to roll it, and I get 2. That means the B building. So I have to vary some floor, whatever. It's the same what floor you choose. I'm going to choose the 2nd one. I'm going to fill the dirt indicator, and then I'm going to select the clean again. So I'm going to roll again my cleaning die, and I get a 3, and 3 means 1 time to cleaning. So 1 time to clean. So I'm good again, and that's it. So when you are playing with your opponents, of course you will get a lot of theirs. You will get attacks. So it's not as we are seeing here that linear game where we are doing dirt and then cleaning, and that's it. So you have to play it in multiplayer and enjoy it, and we know that you are going to enjoy it a lot. And you have a lot of cards, as I mentioned it. You have a lot of things in the game that is pure interaction between the players. So this is how to play it. At the end of the game, you will just go to the scores, and every time that you, for example, have some dirt indicators but you missed the cleaning, you will get a penalty. Or if you have their indicators and you do all the cleaning, then you will have positive points. And some cards will give you, as I mentioned it, good more or less points. So this is the game. This is we hope that you really have a blast with it, and that's it. That's the game. Thank you so much for seeing us, and of course you can see our rule book to understand better the rules. This is like something that is being just a summary for the game, but we have a solo game, a complete solo game where you can complete some challenges, and you will have some designations by doing that, and you will gain a lot of another things that the multiplayer doesn't have. For example, we have some meeples for the solo game where you can move through the floors, because the solo game is another a total different experience. We will be uploading a game for the solo mode, but later for the contest. This is our how to play the game video. So we hope you enjoy our game, and any feedback is very, very appreciated for us. Thank you so much for seeing us, for watching us, and we hope that all the other that are participating in this awesome contest will have the best too. And thank you so much. Okay.